And that is why this issue is so important. Black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter.
I read a column on a liberal blog saying that he was using the language of white supremacy. Can you explain why people would be mad at somebody saying all lives matter?
Well, are you coming to the train led by a man who wants to break the chains? Establishment is terrified they can't control his reign. Let's meet this year on the Trump train.
And despite the fact that police conduct was the subject of the protest, despite the fact that there must have been signs or slogans or chants with which they profoundly disagreed, I've seen how inadequate my own words have been.
They are not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy.
He never said to white nationalists explicitly, and if he did, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I don't think he did, he never said, I don't want your support.
I didn't even know he endorsed me. David Duke endorsed me? Okay. All right. I disavow, okay? I totally disavow the Ku Klux Klan. I totally disavow David Duke. I've been doing it now for 2 weeks. You're probably about the 18th person that's asked me the question.
And I stand here in your space, and I say this as respectfully as I can. If you don't tell black people what we need to do.
I understand what you're saying.
Also respectfully.
Yeah. Well, respectfully, if that is your position, then I will talk only to white people.
The KKK endorses Hillary Clinton.
Are you coming to the train where brave men called out for a wall built by crane? Media is terrified they can't control his reign. Let's meet this year on the Trump train.
David Duke is a bad person who I disavowed on numerous occasions over the years.
What he didn't do is say that he was not going to accept the support of any of these fringe groups.
I've rejected David Duke. I've rejected the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. From the time I'm 5 years old, I rejected them.
Donald Trump refusing to condemn former Ku Klux Klan Grand Wizard David Duke. What do you see as the biggest problem with the Reform Party right now?
Well, you've got David Duke just joined, a bigot, a racist, a problem.
She is friends with the Klan. You know, a lot of people don't realize that.
Are you coming to the train where brave men called out the fools who lead in vain? Lobbyists are terrified they can't control our reign. Let's meet this year on the Trump train.
He said on Friday, I disavow. Why ask him again on Saturday?
Why not disavow David Duke, disavow the KKK? What's going on?
I'm saying to myself, how many times do I have to continue to disavow people? And the question was asked about David Duke and various groups.
For the KKK, Hillary Clinton is our choice.
Are you coming to the train? We're ahead of hope, side by side with me. Make America great again, break the chains. Let's meet this year on the Trump train.
Disavowed him on Friday. I disavowed him right after that because I thought if there was any question, and you take a look at Twitter, almost immediately after on Twitter and Facebook, they were disavowed again. I disavowed him every time I speak to somebody virtually, and, they just keep it going. They keep it going. I don't like any group of hate. Hate groups are not for me.
You're about to see a video of Hillary Clinton praising her, quote, mentor, Robert Byrd, a KKK leader who recruited 150 new members for the KKK, became a Democrat senator, and then filibustered trying to stop the passing of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 after he was elected.
I do, based on your theme, believe that he's here to stay for a while, maybe through a few primaries, but he is not going to be the nominee.
As I've mentioned before, Victor, Donald Trump is not the Republican nominee.
If we don't fight, who's going to fight for us? People had to die for freedom where we're at today. We can't just do rallies. We have to fight back. There will be casualties on both sides. There will be, because people have to die to make a change in this world.
Now there's this Trump thing going on, I gather. He's doing okay in the polls for a while, but he's not going to be the nominee either. So we'll be fine.
Well, I don't think it's likely that Donald Trump will be the nominee, but it's obviously too early to tell. I would vote for the nominee of the Republican Party, and I don't believe that's going to be Donald Trump.
George, this was one of the most violent scenes I have ever witnessed at a Trump rally. At times, it seemed like the police had no control of the situation.
You can put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
People were getting beat up right in front of them. And these were not clashes. These were pure attacks. Trump supporters, men, women, even the elderly, left this building last night and walked right into danger.
The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
Overnight, all-out brawls outside the Trump rally in San Jose, California. Trump supporters harassed, beaten, and bloodied by mobs of protesters.
I am sick and tired of the negative, dark, divisive, dangerous vision and behavior of people who support Donald Trump.
7 more people just come in, start punching me. Carl, I look pretty bad.
This lone female Trump supporter tried to stand her ground. Her sign torn from her hands, her glasses ripped off, then shoved in her face. A woman wearing a Trump jersey cornered and then egged in the face.
Now, Donald Trump has pledged to work tirelessly to get our country back on track. I want to say this very plainly. We should all, even all you boys with wounded feelings and bruised egos, and we love you, but you must honor your pledge to support Donald Trump now. Tonight.
Led by a man who wants to break the chains. Establishment is terrified they can't control his reign. Let's meet this year on the Trump train.
This has to be a joke. I do not believe this is happening. I'm literally about to fucking kill myself, and I'm not kidding. You better fucking fix this shit right now. I literally am gonna die.
Nobody can dispute the fact that we need.
You're awake, by the way. You're not having a terrible, terrible dream. Also, you're not dead and you haven't gone to hell. This is your life now. This is our election now. This is us. This is our country. It's real.
For a race 4 years from now, and the word out of Trump Tower, New York is... Bill Clinton is a rapist!
Рабочего дня, так, в принципе, уже спать пора. Поеду домой с хорошим настроением.
Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point.
Economy that works for everybody. How can we make sure everybody gets a chance to participate? How can we help families succeed in the...
At real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
Меня рассмешили. Дай вам Бог здоровья, потому что уже конец работы.
Okay, so probably like most people,
that are going to see, well, maybe not, because given the result, maybe I really am different, and maybe a lot of people that I'm surrounded by think with open minds and open hearts like I do. And I do want to say that I've been very vocal for my support for everyone besides Donald Trump. Heavily supported Bernie, heavily supported Hillary. And I still think that in her lifetime she deserves to be the first female president.
That there is zero chance that he will quit this race despite a newly surfaced video in which he uses stunningly vulgar language and makes sexually aggressive remarks. This morning, Trump tweeting, "Certainly has been an interesting 24 hours.
ISIS is making a tremendous amount of money because they have certain oil camps, right? They have certain areas of oil that they took away. They have some in Syria, some in Iraq. I would bomb the shit out of them."
No, I wasn't.
Has it happened that somebody has done something to you to wound you?
I try and unwound myself.
I feel like you're trying to get out of bounds.
I go hard. I go hard. If I was off, I would not have gotten this far.
Рассмешили. Дай вам Бог здоровья, потому что уже конец работы.
Anybody but Donald Trump. Anyone.
Literally crying.
Everybody is crying and so upset, and it is the end of their world.
Feels like the end of the world.
We were on Lifetime last night, and I was slowly getting drunk, is what happened to me.
How do we explain how this is possible?
How did this happen?
Следующего дня, так, в принципе, уже спать пора. Поеду домой с хорошим настроением.
About this. This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president.
At real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.